to do no opening statements, so we will jump into questions, so feel free to fire away.
Mike, what changed on their end defensively in the second half? What were they doing to make it harder for you?
Mike, the best lineup for them was 41 at the 5, which allowed them to switch some things, and we didn't handle that part of it very well. And we will, and I think there are very few teams that will be able to do that with, with size and the personnel that Duke can. Trey Jones is so disruptive, and he's made great progress with his game offensively, but he's a mean dude defensively. He just, I found myself this week in our preparation trying to figure out how I could eliminate him, just get him out, just take his match over here. That's easier said than done. It's a 3-point game with 8 to play, 1-point game with 8 to play. We're in great shape. 5-point game with 7 something. We didn't respond very well from that point. Played out. Could not have played out any better in terms of how we wanted to play. I thought our team did a very nice job on carry. It's the only choice we have. Goldwire makes 2 threes because of how we got to play. And they made 6 first half threes. There was another one, that had unexpected, but to their credit, they stepped up and made that shot. I think Kerry had 12. We probably fouled him down there a couple of times. It wasn't called, but I thought it played out pretty darn well. Disappointed in how we finished the thing.
What about that second half lineup of theirs made it tougher for you guys to swing the paint?
Just move better. Vernon, as terrific as he is, as dominant as he is, has a very hard time, as most do, chasing a kid that can space the floor like P.J. Horn. And that effectively eliminated Hurt and effectively eliminated Delorier. But he found a lineup that was best for him. That was 2-41, and 3 guards, and that got us. We'll figure that out. Yeah, Gene.
Yeah. Mike Krzyzewski was telling us about rotating some of his best athletes to guard Landers in the second half, and he had no points and 6 turnovers. What were your impressions of what Duke was able to do on him defensively?
Yeah, I thought they got up under his chin. I didn't think he handled it very well. I had 9 turnovers for the game.
Yeah.
But he's a good player. He'll get better with that.
What do you say to a young man after he has the shove, the foolish turnover, gets a flagrant?
Well, you got to be better than that. All right, you got to grow up, and this is about Virginia Tech basketball. Don't collect mistakes. Make one, you get it behind you, and you move on. Next best action. We'll address that, Dave.
Like Coach Cade said, he felt like all of their sets that they normally run, you guys were all over with the time to prepare for this one. Did you feel that coming in, that you were very prepared for what?
Yeah, Mike, we've got to get better at it. I've got like a football team. If I've got a week to prepare, we're pretty good. So those quick ones, Dayton and BYU, not so much. I tried to impress upon them that it doesn't typically work this way. We're typically playing twice a week. We had a good look at it and thought we had a good plan. But he's got a number of good players, and he finally mixed it and matched it until he found a lineup that helped him. And I thought Trey Jones offensively down the stretch, down the last 7 minutes, we had a hard time.
How do you accelerate that process of great with a week to go, need to do it faster? What can you accelerate?
Mike, I think it's just a matter of growing and getting better, seeing more plays. Now we're 9 games in. Is that right? We're 9 games in. So we'll get better with that as a coaching staff. They'll get better with that as young people. That'll work its way out.
Stephen F. Austin
Yeah, but Stephen F. Austin, Dave, has a couple more guys that can really drive it. Stephen F. Austin scored, I think, 44 points in the paint. 64 points in the paint. Pardon me. They scored 64 points in the paint without a really, really good 6'8", 6'9" post player. Their pressure is unrelenting, and Stephen F. Austin just drove it. And we don't have the ability. I thought Wabisa Beatty was terrific, but we don't have the ability to do that with multiple players like those guys can. But saw that game a couple of times and very impressed with how they went about it.
You guys were 5 of 20 from behind arc the first game of the season, under 30% shooting. Was it something they did defensively, or was it just the shots?
No, I mean, no, it wasn't. Shots weren't falling. They guarded us. They guarded us pretty darn well. And they are coming in. They played 8 games, and they're only giving up 4 made threes a game, and that bothered me. That scared me a little bit. We've got to do a better job in that regard defensively. The last couple, we haven't defended. That's a big deal. That 3-point shot is one you've got to manage defensively, and Duke has done a very good job with that through their first 8-9 games.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, guys.